Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. Since the last episode, I spent a little more time on the train stations here in the main base. I did rearrange things a bit, but as you can see, we have now a loop where we have the trains coming north from down here. They'll go into the various stations. I've added some unloading belts and inserters. So we've got one for coal, one for stone. This one is TBD for now. That might be my passenger station. And then up here I have copper and iron. And as I mentioned before, we'll probably need to add one for uranium. We'll need one for oil. But I still have plenty of room here, especially once this iron patch is depleted. We can get rid of these belts and put that stuff in there. So, but as before, my main concern right now is getting coal taken care of. I just had a major brownout. So I stopped doing science just to reduce power consumption from the labs and the assemblers making the science packs. That seems to have helped. I also replaced all the burner inserters with yellow inserters because I noticed that when this belt was nearly empty, sometimes the two opposing burner inserters would fight with one another for the same piece of coal. And every time they move, they use a little bit of fuel. And so I was getting a lot of them that were running out of fuel. And, you know, that just made the situation worse and worse. So I definitely need to get more coal. I just picked up some more of these coal miners, or some of these mining drills that had mined out. So this coal patch is not going to last much longer. Let me see. We've got 500K left, but the number of drills that are active keeps decreasing. So in any case, we want to get that taken care of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go load up on rail and signals and power poles. I've made some rail blueprints that I want to use. I took those blueprints from Mojo that I mentioned before, and what I've done is for the 4-lane blueprints, he does have some 4-lane blueprints that I took a look at. The problem is that they were all for left-hand drive rather than right-hand drive, which is what I want. So I converted those to right-hand drive, and I also added lights to all of them because I wanted to have lights on the power poles down the center of the rails. So that's why I kind of created my own set of blueprints that were based on those designs. And as you can see here, I also put a safe crossing. These gates are hooked up to this signal down here. So if this signal turns red, the gates will close. Otherwise, they'll be open. So that way, if a train is coming this way, this one will close and prevent us from walking in. And if a train is coming down this way, then this one will close. I suppose to really be safe, we should have gates in the middle too, but I think this will be enough. Actually, what we could do is we could link these together. That way it'll close on both sides. So just connect the same conditions there. Right, so they'll stay open as long as there's no red signal. Okay, so without further ado, what I would like to do is set up my main 4-lane train line running east to west, west to east, just below this little copper patch here. But first, let me get power run onto this part of the track, because this is where everything else is going to be drawing power from. And we'll just connect that to the main power grid right there. Okay, and then this is the arrangement of lights that I'm using. So I'll just go ahead and blueprint that so I can copy those lights to these other ones. Okay, and actually this is in the wrong place. So let me copy that, get rid of the pipes. Okay. Get rid of that, get rid of that, and get rid of that. I just need to relocate these because I got that first power pole in the wrong spot. All right. These bots are still way too slow. Okay, I want this to be, let's see. That looks good. Okay, and we actually don't need that one up there. Okay, so let's start laying some rail. I'm going to use this to, I want to clear out any trees that are in the middle of the rail sections. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll put my 4 to 2 junction down here. And that's where we'll set up our main line. Okay, let's get rid of this stuff. Let's put stone in auto trash. Let's put coal in auto trash. I will leave that at 50 because I want to stack for my car. And wood we can set to 0. All right. And then, like I said, we'll clear out all the trees. This will take a little while because my bots are still rather slow and they're not recharging very well because all I have are the solar panels. But once we get a supply of coal coming in by train, then we'll be able to get back to some serious work and start getting stuff done. Once we get this done, I think blue circuits will be next so that we can make power armor. And I want to start teching up towards the portable fusion reactor. That's really my first priority, is to get to the point where my personal construction bots are working well, because that'll just make everything else go much more smoothly. So in the meantime, you know, this little trick you can do is just to right-click on the bots when they come back, because when you pick them up, they automatically recharge. As you can see, my battery power is pretty much depleted. Seems like they still get a little bit of charge from me, but it's not very much at all, especially at night. So I just keep picking them up like this, and that gets them recharged so that they can keep working. Okay. So now I am going to, let's get that too. Yeah, I definitely like having the lights along the tracks like this. Makes it much nicer to move around the base. So now I'm going to get in the train, and we'll bring the train along with us. This will also be a good way for us to get rid of stuff that we don't need. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. Should wait till we're out of the station here. Alright, so I'm just going to drive this manually. And we're going to turn to the left. Alright, perfect. Alright, so I'm going to start clearing some trees. And here we go. Let's find... There we go. 4-lane straight sections. And I'm just going to start laying these down. And I think what we'll do is we'll just take it all the way up to this pond over here, and then we'll set up some mining over there on that coal patch there, that 1.3 million. And that's going to be coal outpost number 1. I like to number the outposts on the map. Makes it easier to find when I'm trying to locate stuff on the map. Actually, I can probably help this along a bit. Alright, time to recharge. I'm gonna head back and get my train, clear out those trees. Got some rocks over there we want to get rid of, so we can keep the line clear. Alright, well, I'm going to keep doing this. This is going to take a little bit before I get up to that lake, so I'll finish running this rail down there. And when I finish that, I'll come back and we'll set up the mining outpost. Alright, we'll see you soon. Okay, and we're back. So I've made it over here to the coal patch. I'm a little bit too close, but it's not a big deal. I can live with it. And as you can see, what I did is I came off of the 4-way with a 2-way. So what we'll do at this point is set up a loop. And we'll put the loading station over here. Okay, so we'll call this coal 1. And then we need to measure out the locomotive plus 4 cars. So that's 1, 2, 3, and I think that's 4 there. Actually, what I can do is come over here and we can grab that layout just to get the spacing. I'll remove the chests and the inserters. Is that right? Okay. All right. So I'll pick those up. There we go. Okay, and then we'll put in a light. We'll need to put a signal at the back end of this. And then this can loop back around. Like this. Maybe not exactly like that. Actually, I'll just do this manually. I don't like the way that works itself out sometimes. There we go. Okay. All right. And then we can start setting up mining drills. Just clear away some of the trees. Actually, I should probably just use my grenades. Okay. You have to get off of a resource patch before you can pick up your bots. Otherwise, you just start mining. There we go. All right. So we'll start up here. No, actually, let me move that down just a bit. Yeah, right about there is fine. That's 11, 12, 13. Yeah, and actually I think 12 on each side will be enough to fill a red belt, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Yeah, we'll be able to power these from across the track. It's a little bit awkward because of the location, but like I said, we can make this work. Okay. drills do I have? Okay, and I still have 24 more drills, so we might as well grab another set here. I'm gonna get rid of the power poles on this side, since we already have them there. There we go. Okay, and now I need a 3 to 4 splitter. One, two, three, four. Okay. Yeah, the 3 to 4 splitters a little bit awkward here. Doesn't quite want to fit. Okay, well, here's what I'll do. I'll just bring the belts over and then bring them up like this. Oops. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now how many do I want here? I think we'll just do 4 chests on each car. Like that. And we'll put stack inserters on each side. And I'm just going to use wooden chests on the loading of the trains. You know, I mean, we could use steel chests, but all we're going to do is just build up these huge buffers in the chests, and I don't really see the need to do that. I think we just need, essentially we just need enough in the chest to fill up the next train. And these are going to hold, let's see, 500. Well, they'll hold 10, 12, 14, 16 slots each. And I times 4, that's 40, that's like 60 some slots. So that's more than enough to fill a train. All right, so let's send this to coal 1 until inventory full. And then we're gonna go to main coal until empty. And I have the cargo wagons here in my inventory. So once the train gets over here, I'll pop them down. Hey, 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 hey. Crap. Come back. All right, let's try this again. My train took off on me. Apparently when you don't have any wagons, you're always full. All right, so let's go to coal 1. For now, we'll just go until we have a circuit condition. That way it'll wait for me for a few minutes. There we go. All right, so now we can tell it to wait until full. Okay, so now we have a coal train. We'll send this back. I'm going to set up some defenses here, and then I'll work at getting the coal routed to our power, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for joining me. I'd be happy to hear your comments and suggestions if you have any, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.